Hello all, and welcome to the next Caffeinated Entertainment video. It's Art here. This is a book unhaul. I'm getting rid of books I'm either not reading or have duplicates of. Let me put it out there right away that these are going to my library for fundraising purposes. I will not be shipping these to anyone because the shipping cost would be too much. I am not made of money, unfortunately, so that's not going to happen. Let me first start off with my least favorite series, the J.D. Robb series. This series is hugely popular. I didn't like this series because I think that Nora Roberts, who writes as J.D. Robb, trivialized her main character by making her main character always needing to be saved by her boyfriend. So that's the problem I had with this. And the main character is supposed to be a high-level police detective in the city she works in, and she just is not important enough to save her own life and save her own skin. Oh well, that just went on the ground. That just happened. The next book series I'm getting rid of is the Divergent series by Veronica Robb. And this is because I loved Divergent. Favorite book of the year that I read it, which I think was 2015 or 14. Favorite book of the year that I read it. I loved Insurgent. It was a great follow-up. However, Allegiant ruined it because Allegiant was just a huge major letdown. Veronica Robb let down her fan base by... I believe that artists and authors and all that should write the book that they want. However, it was not a fitting end to the series the way that it should have been or could have been. So I am unhauling this because I need space on my shelf for books that I either want to read or haven't read yet, or going to the bookstore to get more books, because we all know we love to buy books. That's why we're here, is the books. This next book is came in this June Bookcase Club unboxing. That by the time this video goes up, you will have seen already. Is a Silkworm. Getting rid of this simply because I already have a hardback copy of this book. I already own it. I loved this book. This series, the Cormoran Strike series, is one of my favorite series. It proves that J.K. Rowling was not just a one-hit wonder with Harry Potter, because let's face it, Casual Vacancy was not that good. Anybody says that it was really good either is a huge fanboy or fangirl of J.K. Rowling, or just has rose-colored glasses on when it comes to that author. But this series is great. It proves that she's not a one-hit wonder. It proves that she's a talented writer. I recommend everybody read the series. Start with the Cuckoo's Calling. The Silkworm is next, and then I forget the name of the third book, but I have that too. It's a great series. I recommend it. Just getting rid of it because I don't need multiple copies of the same book in the same format with the same cover. There's no point. The next book I'm getting rid of is Tom Clancy's Dead or Alive. I enjoy Tom Clancy books like Patriot Games, Some of All Fears, SSN, stuff like that. His later books, though, chunker, and most of this is description and really wordy. There's no real pacing or action to it like there should be. I understand that Tom Clancy has a huge fan base. I understand that there's now authors who are writing it in his stead after his passing. But I just didn't like this book. I got it at a library sale, and it's going back to the library because I tried to read it and it was just too dang slow. It was just too slow. So it's going back from whence it came. The next books I'm getting rid of are my Robb and Hobb books up to this point. I'm loving the series. I've read Assassin's Apprentice. I'm gonna start Royal Assassin here pretty soon, which is the book that's actually in my hand. But I want the beautiful British covers, not these American. These almost look like romance fantasy covers, because the guy with the long flowing locks. I mean, it's a decent cover, but if you look at the British cover, and I'll try to put that in post edit, I'll try to shop that in, figure out how to crop that in. But I'm still relatively new to this, so I'll try to crop a photo of that in to show how beautiful the British covers are. And of course, when I order them, they'll be in whatever month's book haul that they're in. But I fully intend to still have this series on my shelf. I just intend to have the more artful, worthy covers on my shelf, because the UK covers are amazing. And that's most of the books from this series. Okay. The next book I'm getting rid of is Robin Cook's Vectors. Tried to read this. This was a library get from a library sale. Tried to read this. Didn't find it enjoyable, so I'm getting rid of it. That's all I can say about this one. Is it's going back from whence it came, because it was not very entertaining. I got about, I'd say, 25% to 30% of the way through it. And it didn't grab me, so books that don't grab me don't get kept, and they're not going to take up valuable shelf real estate for books that may indeed want to be read, and books that definitely should be read. So that's why this is leaving. The next book on the book Unhaul is Dragon Tears by Dean Koontz. I like Dean Koontz's writing. I like the Autonomous series. I didn't find this book all that enjoyable. It was a library find. As you can see, that I don't do this to my book. The spine is completely tattered. I don't do that to my book. It was a library sale find, and I found the book to be slow paced and not good at all. So it is going back from whence it came as well. The next book that I'm getting rid of is the Jansen Command by Robert Ludlum. Simply because I found that the non-Bourne books by Robert Ludlum don't pique my interest as much as the Bourne books do. I guess it's because I'm a fan of James Bond and a fan of spy thrillers that these ones don't really pique my interest. Plus, it was a library find, as you can tell from the spine. So it's going back from whence it came as well, because it couldn't hold my interest. I'm really trying this year to be more discerning and discriminating with the books I keep on my shelf to make shelf space. Of course, like, I'll buy more shelves if I need to and make more space for shelves if I need to, but why not clean out the shelves that I have and put books up there that are worthy to be up there, that deserve to be up there. So that's the point of this Unhaul. The next book on our journey down the Unhaul is First to Die by James Patterson. This is the only one in this series that he wrote himself. It's really good. I just have multiple copies of it. This was the library copy, as you can tell, so it's going back because it's a duplicate, period. The next book is Gotta move some stuff out of the way. I misplaced some stuff. The next book is Perrault Investigates by the venerable Agatha Christie. I listened to this on Audible. I already have a copy of it in print. I accidentally bought two at the bookstore because sometimes I don't keep track of which books I own and which books I don't, which that's a problem. But it happens from time to time. So this is going to the library because it's a duplicate. These are amazing. I recommend the audiobook because David Suchet reads these. He played Perrault for many years on the PBS ITV series. So I recommend this entire series completely, wholeheartedly, without a shadow of a doubt. Pick it up, read it. But this one's going away because it's a duplicate, so it's going. The next book that I'm getting rid of actually was a book that was given to me that I read she gave it to me because she found out I was a reader. It's not the Silkworm. I'm just moving the Silkworm to get to the book. The next book is this book. I don't even know what it's called. This is the condition I got. I got it in. It's What You Owe Me. I read the synopsis. It wasn't even my cup of tea. I wasn't even interested in it. It doesn't even pique my interest. It was given to me as a gift, and now I'm getting rid of it because it's taking space up on my shelves that is valuable real estate to any reader, period. So it's gone. Bye. The Balancing Act. The Balancing Act. The Balancing Act. Yes. We did it. Okay, I think that's it for this side. Now let's get to the other side. I've got to remove the Robb and Hobb books out of the way. Hang on just a second here. Oh yes. The next books I'm getting rid of are a bunch of Orson Scott Card books. See, I loved Ender's Game. I even have a copy of a duplicate copy of Ender's Game in here that I'm getting rid of as well, because I'm just going to hold up this book to represent the whole series. I have a duplicate copy of Ender's Game that I'm getting rid of. Ender's Game was amazing. I read it in one sitting. I loved it. However, I don't like Orson Scott Card's political views or his style of writing after Ender's Game. The books after Ender's Game, like Speaker for the Dead, like this book, Shadow Puppets, Ender's Shadow, was just terrible. It was too slow. It was too wordy. He was self-indulging himself, and it just wasn't my cup of tea. I'm not saying that if it's your favorite book, great, you enjoyed it, perfect. Totally glad for you, but it was not my cup of tea. Plus, his political views slowly started seeping into his writing, and that's kind of what ruined it for me, because no author should use their writing pulpit to tell fiction to expound their own political views. I put down many authors, even authors who I agree with, that when they expound too much of their political views and forget to tell me a story, because that's why we spend the money on books, is to be told a story. When you don't tell a story and you expound political views, you get put down by me and you get forgotten about, period. So like books like Shadow the Giant, Worthing Saga, Ender's Shadow, Ender's Game, which is a duplicate copy. They're all going bye-bye. We're getting close to the end of the haul here, I think. Of the Unhaul, I should say. I think. Let me see if I can use the rest of the way in this box. Because there's only, as I see it, like two. Oh! This book is leaving because it's a Robb and Hobb book, and I will be getting the British copy of this too because I saw that cover and I fell in love. Yes, the way things look on my shelves it does matter to me, so that's why things are going bye-bye when it comes to that. The other two books are Robert Ludlum books, if I can reach them here. My sister, who packs the box, put everything almost out of reach. So, we're almost going to need a sister cameo here in a second. But not quite yet. This book, the man, I don't even know, the Mantaree's Circle by Robert Ludlum is leaving because, like I said before, the non-born books aren't good. It's a library copy, so it's beat to hell, and it's going back from whence it came. This book, The Closers, I just have a better copy of it. I love the Harry Bosch series. I recommend both the book series and the Amazon TV series if you have Amazon Prime, which if you're a book lover and an online book shopper, why don't you have Amazon Prime? Yes, it's $99 a year, but it's $2. It's 2-day free shipping. It's Amazon Prime Music, Amazon Kindle Library, Amazon First. It is just amazing for readers, online shoppers, all kinds of stuff. So that's leaving because there's a better looking copy that I purchased, and I forgot that I had that copy, so that is leaving because it is gone. Oh God. Alright. The Black Deco, same thing, library copy. I have a much nicer copy on my shelf. This was a great book. This is, by the way, this is the first Harry Bosch book recommended. Wholeheartedly recommend the entire series. Wholeheartedly recommend this author. Wholeheartedly. The pacing of these books are amazing. I'm just getting rid of this because the writing, or because I have a duplicate copy and a better looking copy, period. So that is where that goes. Okay, for some reason the camera stopped for some unknown reason, but the last book on our list is the Riemann Exchange by Robert Ludlum. Beat up library copy. Was not very good, so it's going bye-bye. That's all for the books to be unhauled in this book unhaul video. Hopefully you guys like this video. Subscribe. Leave comments down below if you've read them. Do all that jazz. Now we'll try to get a thumbnail. Let's put these back in the box, and I'm not going to try to bother holding all these. That would break my back, but I'm going to try to hold the box so that we can get a thumbnail shot for the video. So let's get these in the box real quick.
Isn't some people?
We'll speed it up. But yeah, that is the first book Unhaul. Please like, share, and subscribe. Let me know if you want to see more book hauls, book unhauls, book reviews, video game reviews, movie reviews, whatever you want to see. Leave it down below. I'm taking it all under advisement because I want to make content that I enjoy making, but content that you all want to see as well. So this is a team effort from the team. Alright, let's try to lift this mammoth box up and get the shot in place. In place.
Fun.
Ta-da! Alright, see y'all in the next video.